So, in response to the email, as I said earlier, I got something from our next reader here, and he said, "My memories are scant!" Exclamation point. So that's bold. "I do remember when I was learning how to swim in little small-town Kansas at the neighborhood pool. A nice old lady taught me and some others all the useful techniques, vaguely sexual. She seemed like an old lady, but she was really probably a 16-year-old girl. One time, I was doing a backstroke and she accidentally touched my booty. I want people to enjoy. We laughed, but I was scarred for life. And now I'm basically a drag queen." Some attempt at causality. Stage left really enjoyed it. Stage right is really hoping I don't stare at them again. That's fine. I won't even look. So next up, we have a very close personal friend of mine who I won't gush about because he'd like it too much. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for the excellently shirted Brett Salsbury.
This is perfect. Thank you so much. You're actually doing work tonight. I'm so impressed. So does this count as your whole year of work for the Neon Lit Committee?
Literally, yes.
That's good. Thank you. I should apologize because I decided not to read the poem that I gave you the excerpt for. I felt really bad, but I mean, I'm not that organized. Do you think I'm organized? Coordinating an entire MFA program. Let me tell you, 2 of my students are here. They can tell you how organized I actually am. So, anyway, back to the poetry. So I'm gonna read a few poems tonight. They're all inspired off of Neon. This is Neon Lit, right? I also actually work at the Neon Museum. And this one day I took a tour of the Young Electric Sign Company, and they have this wall of neon glass tubes, and they all have individual names. And so that inspired a neon project. And so I started writing poems based off of all those. They're all named after those colors. And then eventually it morphed into kind of an elegy project for a couple of particular individuals. So I'm gonna read those poems today for Snow White and Sky Blue. Sky Blue. At the Great Leap Forward, they recognized poems and drew them on the walls of caves. They began to feel depressed, inadequate. When they built neon, there was light in the dark, 40 years of a singular physical flare. Now electrons are excited. Of course, it's thanks to that original cave flame. There you were, basking in the moon glow. I still remember when you realized how our poems seemed impossible. My darkness had nothing to do with you, but you were sad too. I saw you one evening building a piece out of pink fabric, just like my neon. Helium is a lovely pink, tumbling in a rock river, arising for air just enough to catch. One day, I won't be able to catch everywhere. Everywhere implies time. Time is irrelevant. There is so much more than 3 stanzas for a poem. Open the blinds with care. It happened today, Snow White. I dropped the phone in bed. I made it to work somehow, but cried with the palm tree wind. There we were on the patio, spectacular. I'm waiting patiently. A breeze sneaks by, the pasture waves. A pot begins to boil since we need it. We carry on, holes in the hose, watering the weeds. They grow around the sides of the concrete. There's a crack. I believe in the wind because it never really stops. Other folks say it whispers, knocks us over, gossips, but it's keeping us all alive. Sky Blue, tell me more about Turtle Island. You are the closest. When we played as a child, did I listen to you? I fear that I'm regretful. that some things last a long time. I'm looking at your fridge of magnets. You really went everywhere. I wish you'd take a tour with me. You're a stubborn hermit, even in death. You work on the roof. I should take care of myself too. Take a vitamin E tablet for my dry nose. It's a perfect fog. Your home is still here. I can see you. The wood stove still works. Your grandparents' house remains as a shell, a facade reminding the cornstalks. Think of it in neon. You'll find more hills to climb. Snow White, everyone embodies you because of you. You are a winged animal, an organdy of wind chimes. You clutter the patio with a stringent line of enveloping sonnets and symphonies that hit us all with the most productive slap in the face. We are better because of you, knocking on doors, developing change. A girl can dream. There are so many other things we will write. It feels like uncooked spaghetti. I know that it keeps you alive. I remember when I made you a mug of warm apple cider. You can't pour from it to gift to someone else if the mug sits there all empty. I wish you told me more stories, Sky Blue. Think of all that story you knew. I don't know the land. It's not your fault. It was your father's, and then his, and then his, and then his. Your funeral was small, but everyone who cared all came or thought near and far of you. Could I ask you of the other funerals I missed? Are they upset? Did they notice? I know someone yelled at me, someone special. I missed the proper U-turn. You are kin. You still are. Okay, last one. Quit feeling so bad. Think of your endemic internal coloring. There's more native here than we'll ever be able to classify. I'm asking you to take a moment each day for one at a time. You can have the patience of subduction zones, mountain ranges, and super calderas. Millennia. You work so hard. Write a few lines per day. Read only one page at a time. Pull a single card from the tarot. Sip once per coffee cup. Shake only one hand and then another. Snow White, Sky Blue, I should thank you. Thank you.